Hi. Oh yeah, I gotta do my day. Day 10 of 30-day relationship ready boot camp. And I gotta be really honest here. I'm feeling kind of doldrummy, you know. And I'm trying to figure out what it is because that's what I do. I analyze everything to death. But it seems like when you're in a relationship, it's supposed to be more fun, more exciting, more positive. And so I'm trying to figure out what it is. But part of it I know is um, trying to juggle schedules. Like we almost had our first fight yesterday when we talked on the phone briefly after my doctor's appointment, which was nice. But then he wanted to call later, and he said he was going to call at a time that I thought, well, he said he was going to do something at a specific time and then call me after that. And I thought that after that would be about 45 minutes or an hour, but it ended up being 2 hours. And at that time, I couldn't do it because I had just gotten home with my kids. It was 9 o'clock. It was past their bedtimes, and I was, scrambling to get them in bed and all that stuff. And so I kind of snapped at him a little bit, which I don't like doing it. So, a few minutes later, I apologized. Of course, it's all text. And it just reminded me of why Steve and I wrote the book on dating after divorce, which should be out in another week or two, hopefully. Um, because it's just not easy when you have kids trying to mesh schedules with the other person. And so, I look at my week, and the girls get home at about 3:45. I work from home, and so I get them off in the morning, and then I work, try and squeeze it all in before they get home around 3:45. And then as soon as they walk in the door, it's how was your day? Let's get homework done. And then it's get dinner ready, eat dinner, and then come follow me. And then whatever else has to happen that evening, activity days, girls, or something else going on. And then, it winds down to, okay, it's time to get showers and get bedtime going. And so my late afternoon, evening is all taken with girls, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then Tuesday night they go with their dad. And so I head over to the library and try and get some more work done. And so it's hard to get phone calls when I'm at the library as well. And then Fridays, I take them to their dad right after school. And so Friday is like my available time. And so Friday is the best time to do anything, Friday evening. And then Saturday, I generally have some downtime or some free time, but I'm also podcasting. So I've got so many demands on my time, and a lot of that is what I've taken on myself, obviously, because I'm trying to start a second career. So anyway, and then half the time I get them back on Saturday night, and half the time I get them back on Sunday night. So I have my girls about 75% of the time, and so it's hard for a guy to find time in there. I mean, every other Saturday night I could see him, every Friday night I could see him, and then on Sundays, every other Sunday I have time. So, but I don't always want to see someone during that time because I need my alone time because I'm an introvert. So I'm discovering that what we wrote in the book is true. That it's really hard to match schedules with someone, especially when you both have kids at home. And if the guy has kids, usually he has them 50-50 or less than 50, but somehow you've got to make that time match with the time you don't have your kids. So the whole scheduling thing is hard. And then you add in that I'm an introvert and I need a lot of alone time, and that's hard. And so I'm discovering it's hard. It's become more like work than enjoyment. And so I think that's just another mark against long distance for me because I need to see the guy in person. I think if I was in a relationship in person, it would be let's have a standing date every Friday night, and then let's have a standing date every other Saturday night, and then maybe come over every other Sunday when the girls aren't here for lunch, or I don't know. Well, you could figure something out where I could see him in person regularly. and it would be all scheduled. I know, not terribly romantic to schedule things out, but that way you know you can count on seeing the person this amount of time. And that made me think about the five love languages, which I've never really spent any time thinking about or analyzing. And since I'm feeling kind of dissatisfied in this, I'm guessing that maybe quality time might be my top one. I don't know because I've never really been in a relationship. I mean, I was married, and so we had plenty of time together. But um, I I don't know if it. I think quality time might be one, and I think acts of service, especially as a single mom, it would be great if someone was willing to come over and help me with stuff around the house, or um, just helping me deal with the stuff that comes up all the time. Like this, I'm having a problem with this stupid phone app, and I think it's a phone issue, and I'm gonna have to get on the phone with T-Mobile today for probably 2 hours, and I hate that. I just hate that. So, and but I love words of affirmation, but Jay is really good with words of affirmation. He is awesome with it. So I either that must be his love language, or he's used to that being the love language of ladies he's dated. Because if words of affirmation were my primary love language, I would be in heaven right now because he is very good at that. Gifts, I really like gifts too. Not because I just want him to spend money or anything, but it's just like this token of he cares. But and then physical touch. I like it, but I like back scratching, and I think that's more of just because I need to relax because I've got shoulder and neck pain and stuff. So this is really making me think about this, and I'm gonna have to spend some more time thinking about it because I just barely started researching this this morning, but I'm starting to think that maybe quality time might be my number one because I feel like there's a real lack in this, and I don't know if it's one of those things or if we're not a good match, and so I'm just not feeling it. I don't know, but I want to be really honest here with where I'm at, and that's the only way that I can say whether this is going to work. Because every day I need to see what's going on, and then try and figure it out. And also, I need to know whether he is someone I want to date after 30 days, and I also need to know what works for me in a relationship. So I'm trying to figure out both of those things at once right now, and I don't have any firm answers, but that's okay because it's only day 30. I'm sorry, day 30. It's only day 10, right? I've got 30 stuck on the brain. It's day 10, and that's where I'm at. So any feedback, comments, questions, or whatever is welcome, and please subscribe to YouTube and check out my podcast, and tell me that all relationships go through doldrums, because I'm imagine they're not all sunshine and roses and lollipops all the time. Anyway, talk to you later. Catch you tomorrow.